What's up, YouTube? So it looks like LeBron's having some trouble in LA. This isn't exactly the East, is it, Mr. LeBron? So before we get started, on Undisputed with Shannon, Skip, and Steven Jackson, they're going to be talking about, are the Lakers going to make the playoffs? Can they still make the playoffs? It's getting close. I think they said they have like 4 more games or something like that to get over the hump. And it doesn't look good for LeBron. It doesn't look good for him. So he has made the playoffs, the past 8 to 9 years in a row? Not only just made the playoffs, but he's gone to the finals 8 or 9 years in a row. So if he doesn't make it this year, that's gotta hurt the ego. So let's see what they have to say on Undisputed, and we'll work from there.
You know, we need to get your take on this. We haven't heard from you in a bit. What's wrong with the Lakers?
Well, you see a lot of what's been going on all year. You know, LeBron come here, kind of what KD said, the media frenzy. You know, then you go to, okay, we're trying to get AD, that frenzy. Then you go to the players. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be here frenzy. I don't know if I can trust him frenzy. Is he really trying to trade me? Is he telling me this frenzy? Then you get to the point where, okay, now there's no trade. Now guys are pointing fingers at each other because a few minutes ago you said I wouldn't be here. I don't know if I...
Exactly. It's a cluster, you know what. It's all fun and games when you're in the West, isn't it, LeBron? Where you can go in there and just run through the conference and get to the finals like it's nothing. But when you come to the West with the real ballers, you have trouble. You start pointing fingers. But I bet you if they were winning, I bet you LeBron wouldn't be saying anything. Everybody, oh, LeBron. It's because they're winning because LeBron. He has nothing but, he's playing with nothing but trash. And he's still winning. But since now he's not winning, things aren't going good, and it looks like he might not make the playoffs, it's time to start pouring those fingers. So-and-so's not doing this, so-and-so's not doing that. I need to throw this guy under the bus. I need more players. I need more all-stars. Kobe never cried like that. MJ never cried like that. They just got it done. Let's keep going.
We're going to be here. I want to try to help the team get out of the slump. So it's more of a everybody pointing fingers, and it goes to show that everything they've been through this year goes to show that the team is in turmoil, and the players starting to show. You can tell they're not on the same page when LeBron is throwing the ball out and hitting the back. He don't do stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
frustration.
So it's even starting to take a toll on the best player in the world.
Or just a lack of focus?
It's a lack of everything. It's the perfect storm of just having a terrible season. Players, the whole team think they're going to get traded. LeBron doing his thing, but not really doing his thing because they're not winning. Star players don't want to come play with the Lakers and LeBron. It's just a cluster of, you know what, of not happening. That's what it is.
It's frustration, Skip, because it's finally starting. It's taking toll on him now. It's been taking toll on the young players. You know, we expect that, but I'm not counting them out. We still talking about LeBron. Those young guys still can play.
Exactly. So you can't count out LeBron. So I don't want to hear any excuses, because the past couple years, LeBron's been playing with trash too. What happened to last year? He was the only star on his team. And he managed to get them to the finals. They got beat up in the finals. They got swept. By Golden State, but he still took care of business, though. He was still able to do it with that garbage team. So now he's playing with trash in the West, and he can't even make the playoffs? What does that mean? What does that mean, though? What does that mean? You can't even make the playoffs with trash that you're playing with here in LA, but you can do it in Cleveland. And not even that, you can run a table and go all the way up and get to the finals and get beat up. I don't know. Let's see what else they have to say.
It's going to be hard to pick up those 4 games, but I still think LeBron can do it.
I think the biggest thing I see is defensively. You can't keep giving up 33 points in the first quarter, giving up 64 points at the half. You give up 64 points at the half, that's 128 for the game. You're going to lose most of those games.
Right.
And that's what they've been doing. They're not good enough to overcome the lapses that they have defensively. Because what LeBron is used to is having shooters. They don't have shooters. They have to play a almost perfect game.
So LeBron needs all-stars around him to win. It's basically what it is. He needs all-stars around him to win. He can't just take the game, take the season by its reins and take over like Kobe did, like MJ did. He needs a superstar. He needs superstars around him to win. It's becoming more and more apparent, especially when he comes over to the West. Now, Kobe, the whole thing with Kobe was that, can Kobe win without Shaq? Shaq and Kobe won 3 together. But can Kobe take the reins? Can he do it by himself? What Kobe do? He stepped up. He won 2 rings. Not 1, but 2 rings without Shaq. And can anybody really tell me who he played with? Who Kobe win 2 rings with other than Paul Gasol? And Paul Gasol was soft. I think Metta World Peace was there. He's a beast. But still, who else was there? Kobe took care of business. And he didn't bitch about not having, an all-star crew with him or having shooters. He just got it done, period. So let's carry on.
In order for them to win.
And veterans.
And the thing is, if you look at, they'll play the pick and roll. They'll close it out, or they'll show, or Rondo will fight over the top, and then the next minute, they forget, JaVale backs off, the guy gets a wide open 15-footer. You look at that lineup, and I said this, and I told Skip, Skip, Rondo was knocking down shots. But if he's not knocking down those shots, they're a small team. You're going basically out there with 3 threes, a 2, and a point guard. And they got pounded on the board. Phoenix, pounded them plus 11. Milwaukee, because they got great size, pounded them plus 13. You're not winning like that. Rondo shooting 12 threes.
And both games they had leads, nice side leads. So when
Rondo shooting 12 threes.
Yeah, he got to contribute more. The veterans got to contribute more. LeBron can't lead you in points, assists, and rebounds every night. That's why they're not winning.
Every night, Skip.
You see, but they say, LeBron can't do it all. He can't do it all. But he did last year. So LeBron can't do it all when they're losing. But when they're winning, LeBron does it all. He can get boards. He can get assists. He can score 67 points. He can do it all. But when they're losing, he needs some help. He can't. I don't understand how he can't do it all now. He did it all last year with the scrub team. He got to the finals with the scrub team. He has a scrub team now. I know the guy's a little bit younger, but still, there's veterans. What about Rondo? What about Jamil or JaVale, whatever, the center that came over from Golden State? So I don't understand how all of a sudden now he can't do it all. I thought you're supposed to be the GOAT, LeBron. I thought you was the GOAT. No. Welcome to the West.
What Stack say? Stack say the man
Every night.
Every night. So can we get some help? A little help.
This is not the Eastern Conference, LeBron, so I hope he comes to the media one day and say, okay, now I really see that the Western Conference is a different monster.
Thank you, Steven. Thank you, sir. I like the way you think. I like the way you think, sir. Mr. LeBron James, this is not the East, sir. This is not the East. You are in the West. We're real winners, okay? You are now a Laker. You're going to have to go against the best. This is no cakewalk. You're going to have to earn it. And I bet you, if LeBron spent more time over here in the West, he played with more teams in the West, LeBron might not be the LeBron that we know. Because he may not have gone to the finals 8 or 9 years in a row. He may not even made it. But let's keep going.
Because if he was in the East, we wouldn't be talking about this. He'll still be at the top. You know, and he's not used to being in a situation where he's losing. And at the end of the season, you know, he talking about the players don't need to be looking at the records and the clock and stuff. Well, he used to looking at it because he looking at to see if he was at the top of the East fighting against Boston the last couple of years. Here, it's a different story in the West.
It is a different story in the West. And to tell the truth, this is really telling on LeBron. This is really telling on LeBron that he can't get it done. Like, what does that mean, though? What does that mean? So you 8, 9 years in a row, you can make it to the finals in the East, but you come to the West in your first year, you can't put it down? You can't do anything? You can barely make the playoffs? That means something. That means something. You're not the GOAT.
Tell you last year. He said, I don't care if I'm the first seed, second seed, eighth seed, or a mustard seed.
Right.
When LeBron James coming to, he said, if I come to your building, you got problems.
Yeah.
Now he go to people's building. The Lakers got problems.
Even Phoenix's building?
I just said that, yes.
What's it called? Talking stick? you got problems at Talking Stick?
Talking stick.
Whipping stick. Come on, Skip, that ain't the name of the building. You made that up.
I did not.
Talking
name
Stick
of it?
Resort
It says-
Arena.
That's it. Talking stick.
Resort
Right.
Arena. Let's
So
get
you
it right.
lost at the casino. That's a casino.
Yeah, but at the same time, Golden State losing to Orlando, so you can't really pay attention to stuff like that.
So here we go again. Poor LeBron just doesn't have enough help.
Get him, Skip. Get him. Get him. Because that's exactly what it is. Oh, poor LeBron. He doesn't have the tools that he needs to win. He doesn't have an all-star cast with him. Again, with the crying and the baby and the whining. Kobe never did that. MJ never did that. And they didn't let the leave teams. That's another story. They just got it done. They got it done. That's what, if you're the GOAT, you don't need or want all-star players around you. You just get it done because you can do it yourself. You don't need to worry about, oh, I need this, I need that. Don't worry. I'll take the team on my back. Go and jump on my back. Don't worry about it. There's room. Get everybody on my back. There's room. Don't worry about it. I can do it. I can take the last shots. It's no problem. I can win. I don't even need help. That's an insult to say that I need help. Let's carry on.
I have enough help.
Right, yeah,
Poor
I'm not hearing
LeBron.
that.
Poor kid.
Get him, Skip.
Here we go. Both of these games are right there for the taking. There have been a dozen previous games right there for the taking. The best player on the planet has to close. He's the best setup man in basketball because he will put you right on the verge of closing the game. Then he needs to close it. The kids are still too much kids to close these games because these are feeling like playoff games. And
I'm sorry. These guys are pros too. They're young, but they're pros too. And a lot of them have, this isn't their first year. It's not rookie year. They have a couple years in there. Like I said, Rondo's there, McGee's there, JaVale's there. So I don't want to hear about, oh, these guys are young. LeBron's a setup guy who'll set you up, get you close to win. I don't want to set up. Let the kids set me up. Let the second-year guys set me up. Put me in position so that I could take this game over and get the W and get up out of here. What is this? LeBron's a setup guy. LeBron, you should be closing. You're supposed to be the GOAT. You're supposed to be the best player in the NBA. You should be closing. What kind of example is that for all the little kids on your team? You're the setup guy. Kobe didn't need it. Kobe set it up and finished it. MJ set it up and finished it with no problems. Let's carry on.
Kuzma he's not there yet. And Brandon Ingram will still attack, but then he starts to shrink a little bit at the end because he's not sure, is it really my turn to do this? It's up to LeBron, and you keep talking, he's more Magic than Michael, right?
He is.
But you can be Magic only so long. And then with 3 minutes left in the game, you have to go full-on Michael Jordan. If you're about to pass him on the all-time scoring list, you got to show us you can be him when it matters.
Or even Kobe.
Or even, we can go Kobe.
Thank you, Steven. Thank you, sir. I like the way you think. Or even be like Kobe. Even be like Kobe. Get the team, throw it on your back, and get to work. LeBron doesn't have it. LeBron just doesn't have it. That's something you got to be born with. You got to be born with that GOAT, man. You got to be born with that Mamba mentality. To split the throat. That you know what? Things just aren't working out, so I'm going to go and take this on over and get the W and get up out of here. LeBron doesn't have that. And if at this point, what is this, his 16th season in the year? His 16th season in the NBA? If we're at this point, and we still have to wonder or say what he needs to do, how he needs to step it up, how a GOAT would act, then it's never going to happen. He's not the closer. He doesn't have that killer mentality that MJ and Kobe had. He just doesn't have it. Let's keep going, though.
We talked about this earlier. You got to be Kobe.
Tonight.
When he can be Magic Johnson Game 6 against Philly, 42-15 December, he going to be that Magic.
But that didn't happen very often.
No, but I'm saying if he going to be that Magic.
Right.
Okay, so let's go back to Friday night. LeBron hit a three, and I was highly impressed because they just dared him to shoot it with 3:11 left, and he just flat out clean ripped it. And all of a sudden, boom, that arena just erupts, and they're up 2 with 3 minutes left, and Giannis goes down and charges, and it's Lakers ball. You got the ball in your hands with 3 minutes left.
Who do you have to charge on? He ain't playing no D.
Well,
They tell me LeBron ain't playing no D. Who he had to charge on?
Well, he can always just stand flat.
Don't do that. See, there you go, Skip.
Come on, Shannon. Come on.
Yeah.
The last 2 games he played D. The last 2 games.
I've seen some effort.
You what you just
some
said?
effort.
Last 2. Yeah.
Last two?
Yeah.
So it took this
At the end
long.
of the season.
It took this long, right? It took this long.
He's to admit it.
We missed a
I like how Steven Jackson's not afraid to go ahead and buck Shannon. He's not afraid to pull light punches and go against what he has to say because he knows what's up. He knows LeBron's not the GOAT. He knows LeBron doesn't have what it takes to be a killer, a straight assassin like MJ or Kobe. You know we didn't have that. So thank you, Mr. Steven. Thank you, sir. Let's carry on.
Third of the season with injury.
He haven't been running down shots.
So the ball is in your hands, and again, I could tell you 100 ways LeBron could close against Milwaukee, but he doesn't. The Bucks go on a 15-2 run at Staples, and it is over like that. It just happened like that. And you're like, wait a minute, what just happened?
Defense.
Rondo and LeBron don't connect on a pass, and it's like, what are you guys doing? So they give the ball back, then LeBron gets an offensive foul because the refs don't give him any respect anymore. They're just like, you cry too much. We're not going to give you any.
That means something. When the referees give you no love, they have no respect for you, and you're supposed to be the GOAT. You're supposed to be the best player in the NBA right now, and you get zero love from the referees. That means something too. That's a problem. That's a problem. You get no respect at your house, and you're supposed to be the GOAT. No love. Let's keep on going.
You're 6'9", 280 pounds. We're giving you nothing. So he gets the offensive foul, and all of a sudden I look up, and the game is virtually over. And LeBron gets an easy layup at the end of the game. And then what did he do? 14 seconds left, he starts walking. And he keeps walking, and he keeps walking, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And by the time the clock is out, he's walking up the tunnel. And the body language is, I ain't associated with that mess out there. I'm not part of that mess. You blame those guys, don't blame me. And then he goes in the locker room.
I mean, that's disgusting right there. That's absolutely disgusting, non-GOAT behavior by LeBron James. To give up on your team, to just walk away. I mean, you can't do that. No matter what's going on, no matter what's happening, those are your dogs, and you got to ride with them until the end. Until they all get traded or something happens, that's your squad until the very end. You can't just give up like that. You can't just stop pouting. Like, I believe he did the same thing in Game 1 of the finals last year, where J.R. Smith had his little incident where he thought they were up or whatever, apparently, or whatever it is. So LeBron scored like 60 some odd points, and then J.R. Smith had his little relapse of whatever, and they went lost. But they could have still won it though, because they went into overtime. But LeBron, no, LeBron, he had a pout. He had to sit there and pout. I scored some odd 60 some odd points, and you guys messed up towards the end, and we could have won this game. Instead of pouting like he's doing now, he could have done something overtime. And I believe in that first game, and when they went overtime in the finals last year, I think he didn't score any points. He's more worried about pouting and crying like a little punk and worried about what J.R. Smith was doing instead of forgetting what's happening. We still have a chance. We're going overtime and put in work. Ain't no GOAT. Get out of here. Let's continue on.
The first thing he says is, everybody talks about Giannis, but it's the supporting cast. They've surrounded Giannis with a great cast.
They did.
Fingers pointed.
Come on now.
Fingers
I know you
pointed.
can't say that.
You can't say that.
You just can't say it because you've had enough trouble. You wanted to ship out half the locker room for AD, and all of a sudden you're just basically just rubbing their noses in it in the locker room after a close loss to Giannis. And Giannis wasn't great. He still got a knee issue. They got a good supporting cast, but there are a lot of spare parts.
And you make a
great coach too.
They got a good
And you make LeBron.
That's a punk move too by LeBron. That's a punk move. That you go and say, oh yeah, well they won, but look at Giannis, he has a good supporting cast. He's got shooters with him. That's why he can do it. That's not something you want to hear from a GOAT. You want to hear something from a GOAT like what MJ or Kobe would say, they had a good game, they just balled out, and we won, or they won. We're going to come back next week or next game, and we're just going to put in work. We got a lot more work to do. We can still make it. We just have to put in work. Not sit there like LeBron and cry, well, the only reason why LeBron is because he has shooters. He has ballers around him. Now give that man credit where credit's due. Give that team what his teams do. Stop crying about what this man has and what you don't have. That's not the GOAT. The GOAT doesn't cry like that. Let's carry on.
You got a great good point. And you make LeBron point for him. With Giannis hurt with 16 points, he didn't close. Bledsoe got 2 and 1.
Yeah, 30.
Brogdon knocked down 3 in the corner.
Big.
You see
that was after the turnover on the inbounds by KCP. They just fell all apart.
What is KCP doing? They got 3 guys around LeBron, and he still trying to throw it to him.
With all that's going on, with all the players not understanding where they roles, or if they can take a shot, if they can overstep LeBron, with all that's going on, what is Luke Walton doing to keep the peace in his locker room?
Nothing.
You know why? Because they don't respect.
Now, I would say that there is a problem with the players not respecting Luke Walton, but look what his situation he's in. Look what he's in. So throughout the season, pretty much 95% of his team was going to be traded. They know it. It wasn't, suspect. They know they were going to get traded, and they know they're going to get traded. So you have the attitudes that go along with that. They're young players, so they might be a little bit immature, not know how to handle something like that. You have the number one players don't want to come to your team. Anthony Davis doesn't want to come to He doesn't want to come to the Lakers, or he can't, or there's issues. Kawhi Leonard didn't want to come. He has issues, so he's in Toronto. Paul George could have came from OKC, but he didn't. He went to OKC, whatever, stay there. Didn't want to come play. So Luke Walton has a lot on his plate, a lot of things that are really out of his control. So to blame him, I mean, he's just really doing the best that he can do. So I can't be really too mad at Luke. There are some other things that he might need to lock down, but I can't blame Luke for all of this. I definitely can't blame Luke for all of this. And to have the players disrespect him like that, that's kind of another thing to where you being a little bit immature and they don't really know, the ins and outs kind of what's going on and what Luke has control of, because he doesn't have control of everything. So to have them disrespect him like that, that's not really respectful. That's not a professional move. But let's keep going.
They don't.
They've been left.
When you got guys like Mike Beasley going at a coach, like when I was on the injury list, I would never say nothing to Pop. If I wouldn't get in the game, I would never have the audacity to say nothing to Pop. When you have guys like that going at the coach, there's no respect on the team. No respect for the coach.
And you would go at Pop occasionally.
When I was playing.
I know.
When I came out the game, stuff like that. But if I had no room or if I had nothing to stand on, I played my role. And I would never try to show up Greg Popovich. It's always something that I feel I was right, but at the end of the day, he's the coach.
Right.
They just showing Luke up. Even in the media, they was talking about it.
Wow.
But the thing is that when they put this team together, I say, hey, this makes no sense.
I agree with that.
I get all.
So to add on to that, with the whole Luke Walton thing and they're not respecting him. So Luke's being blamed for this. But what happened at the beginning of the year when everybody was talking about, well, Luke's probably going to get fired, this and that. He himself was probably worried about getting fired. So that's a problem right there, let alone all the other things he has to worry about. But there was a point where everybody was like, well, now LeBron's here. LeBron's not going to respect him. LeBron's going to be really the head coach. So where does LeBron fit into all of this? If LeBron was supposed to be the head coach and not listening to Luke Walton and not taking his plays, and LeBron's running the show, LeBron's in charge, LeBron's really the head coach, we should really stop looking at Luke Walton. Give the responsibility back to LeBron. You take it all, LeBron. Not only are you supposed to be the GOAT, you're supposed to be the best player in the NBA right now. You're supposed to be the best guy on the Lakers. You're supposed to be the head coach now, whatever. Well, then you take it. If I was Luke Walton, I'm like, you take it. Before you were talking about everybody, you didn't even want to meet me. You didn't even want to talk to me until probably like mid-season to LeBron first talked to Luke Walton. What happened with that? And now everybody wants to blame Luke Walton and disrespect him? Give everything to LeBron. Give everything to LeBron. Let's carry on.
I get all that, JaVale is a veteran and Rondo and Lance and all that. I say, but these parts don't make any sense for what LeBron is what he's had throughout the course of his career is shooters.
Yep.
And he was talking about, and Skip, when you said it, I said, no, you can't say that. But he says, this is what I'm used to. What Giannis has, all these snipers around him. When he was in Miami, he had Mike Miller and Ray Allen and Chalmers and all these guys and James Jones that can knock down shots. And when I went back to Cleveland with Kevin Love and Shannon Fry and JR, Kyle Korver, guys that can knock down shots, this is what I'm used to.
Okay.
Can't say that.
Can't say that.
So,
you're damn right you can't say that. You can't say that. You can't cry about something like that you don't have the shooters. You deal with and work with what you have. MJ wouldn't cry like that. Kobe wouldn't cry like that. You don't cry about that type of stuff. You get it done. You take it over yourself. You're supposed to. I want to hear that from somebody who thinks they're the GOAT, who says that they're the GOAT. That's not what you want to hear. The best player ever would say, I don't need anybody to tell you the truth. I can play all 5 positions with no problem. I'll do it myself. Let alone cry about, oh, I need some help and yada, yada, yada. Get out of here. All right, let's carry on.
They cut it to 3 at Phoenix, and I keep looking up play after play after play, and DeAndre Ayton is guarding LeBron James. Help me out here. This is a 7-foot rookie guarding LeBron at the top of the circle every time because he's playing Magic Johnson. And I'm like, LeBron, just put him on a string, man. Either shoot step backs on him or just blow right by him because he can't stop you going to the basket. His feet aren't quick enough.
That means something too. LeBron, you timid around a 7-foot rookie? You're timid around a 7-foot rookie? It should be body reflex, body motion to reflex that I'm automatically going to pass by you. I don't even have to think about how am I going to beat this guy? How am I going to go around? It'll be a body motion. It'll be just muscle memory. Exactly. It'll be muscle memory for me to think that I'm just going to go around this guy. Oh, I'm just going to straight bang on this dude. A 7-foot rookie? And you're timid around him? Oh, Kobe would never be timid around a 7-foot rookie. MJ would never be timid around a 7-foot rookie. That's just like last year in the playoffs when LeBron was scared to take the ball against Steph Curry. I think it was the fourth quarter or something when they were relatively close, I think, in the finals. And he passed the ball. He didn't want to go against Steph Curry. Oh, huge 6'3" Steph Curry. LeBron, you're 6'9", 250. Steph Curry's what, 6'3", 200? There's something wrong there, man. That means something. You're not the GOAT.
Didn't attack him until a minute was left in the game, and he attacked and finally got fouled, and he goes right to the free throw line to cut it to 3, and he bricks both free throws. Well, okay, that's that guy.
At me.
That's that guy.
He's mentally struggling at the free throw line, and now I done tried everything.
How long, though?
Huh?
How many years he's going to struggle?
It's 3 years.
Well, I mean, what the hell?
Shannon.
What did Kobe shoot for a career? 80s.
Yeah.
What did Jordan shoot for a career?
High 80s.
What did they shoot from the field?
Over 40%.
What is that? We shoot
Shannon, they're called free throws. Free.
I know it.
Free.
But hold on. You shooting 80%, that's not 90, that's not Steph Curry, that's not KD, so they missed some, right?
They missed some.
You remember Kobe Bryant missed those free throws at the end of the game and lost the game? Okay, I'm just saying, LeBron James is struggling. Skip.
Okay, but how many rings does Kobe have there, Shannon? How many rings? Oh, okay, 5? Okay. How many rings does MJ have? 6? Oh, okay. Well, how many rings does LeBron have? Oh, only 3? Out of 9? Oh, not good. That's a problem. That's a problem. Let's keep going.
There's no excuse. I offer none.
But every night he's got a new routine. I'm like, just get something and stick with it. Come on.
But that lets you know this.
Yeah, I know he's got demons, man.
He's trying some of everything. Because he done went from doing this twice to doing this once to not doing it to just spin it.
How about just go out there and have a killer mentality? Try to have the Mamba mentality one night and see what happens.
Steven, you are the man. I really like the way you think, buddy. I really like the way you think. And you a smoker too. But anyways, exactly. Why not go out there? Don't be doing this little practice, little wave my hand to do this, wave my hand to do that, the way LeBron does his free throws. Just shoot the ball. How about just be a killer? Be a straight assassin, a straight sniper. Go out there and just shoot the ball. None of this, let me try this, let me try that. Let's get out there and throw the goddamn ball down. Just throw the ball down. You don't have enough GOAT mentality. You don't have enough assassin mentality that you can't block on everything and just get some basic shots. I mean, because that's what it is, though. That's what it is. If we're at this point and we still have to talk about how he's doing this and he needs to be an assassin, he needs to step it up, he needs to just be a straight killer, and this is year 16 for him, then it's not going to happen. You're not the GOAT, LeBron. And I like the way you think, Mr. Jackson. Thank you, sir.
Amba.
That's what
he
you
gonna
want
go
to
for
see
40
tonight.
No, if he had the moment, he'll average 40.
No.
Yes, he would.
No.
Steven.
James.
Exactly, Mr. Jackson. If LeBron had Mamba mentality, he could be averaging 50 a goddamn night. But he doesn't. So he won't. Let's continue on.